Today we'll be making grilled beer and garlic chicken. For this recipe, we're going to be using half a tablespoon of kosher salt, 2 bay leaves, half a tablespoon of finely ground black pepper, half a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, half a tablespoon of cumin, half a tablespoon of paprika, and half a tablespoon of oregano. We're also going to use 1 tablespoon of sesame oil and 2 tablespoons of finely minced garlic. We're also going to have, of course, our whole chicken and your choice of beer. Here's where my dilemma is. I like using ambers for both chicken and pork. I also like using some of the Hefeweizens or wheat beers that have some of the citrus for chicken. But here I have 2 amber ales. One is local. We're here in Arizona, so I think I'm going to go with the local one, which is this Kilt Lifter. We'll get rid of this guy. Well, we'll drink that one. We'll be using we can use a whole beer for this recipe. Come along, let's go. There's many ways of prepping a chicken for grilling. In this instance, we're going to butterfly the chicken. In order to do that, we have to cut it open. The best way, or the way I like to do this, is to run a knife just down the backbone here and remove the backbone. You can see the backbone here. You can easily run a knife down the back and just cut all the way through. Or if you have scissors, these also work too. These meat shears work great. Make easy work of that backbone and ribs. Getting rid of that. Also removing a bunch of this extra skin here from the neck. We don't need this extra skin here. We'll remove all that as well. Now that we have that backbone removed, you can flip it upside down. And give it a slight press. You might hear some bones cracking. Which is fine, so you can have it butterflied. The breastbone sometimes has to be broken to have it lay flat. Now that it's cut apart and butterfly, we're going to go ahead and get it ready for marinating. Now that we had the chicken butterfly and malleable and soft and ready to go, we can actually fit it into a Ziploc bag fairly easy. Into the Ziploc bag is going to go the chicken, all the spices, all at once. The garlic and the sesame oil all in there. Let's get it all that garlic goodness. And I'd say about 12 ounces of the beer. And I want to hold it so it doesn't spill over. One thing I do want to say is you might want to be careful placing the chicken in the bag because some of those rib bones can get really sharp once you cut them. We'll actually go ahead and dump the whole bottle. Then you're going to seal her up. Make sure it's nicely sealed, tightly, firmly. And I give it a nice, I wouldn't say a toss, but a good swirl. You can get that marinade all over. Make sure you get everything all nice and mixed up. The beer in there is building up some gas from the CO2. Let some of that out. And just keep mixing it. I would let that sit and marinate in the refrigerator for, I'd say, at least 4 hours. I leave it marinating overnight. Well, now it's been pretty close to 24 hours. We have the chicken here ready to go. We're going to get it out of the bag and put it on something so we can take out to the grill. So now we're outside. We got the fire going. Got some lump coal and some mesquite twigs that I put in there. We have mesquite trees all over the property. Big mesquites on our property. So I just get the branches that I trim off and cut off, and I use those for grilling. Just to get a little bit of flavor besides using lump coal. It's my old trusty New Brownsfeld grill. Everybody says, Ruben, why don't you have a fancy grill? Or you like grilling so much, you should get a fancy grill. The grill doesn't give your food the flavor. You don't need a fancy grill to have your food taste good. I do want to build a nice smoker someday, but for now, I just use my trusty grill. I've had it, probably a good 15 years. And it still works great. It does what I needed to do. A trick to knowing when the charcoal is good to put the food on is when you have a nice gray or white ash covering your charcoals. Right now it's just a little bit of the edges that have a little bit of that ash look to it. So just let it sit there a little bit longer. Open up the vents to the grill a little bit if you'd like. Help speed it up a little bit. Get some oxygen to it. Now that we got the charcoal how we want it, nice and ashy, I threw in a couple more mesquite branches or twigs there just to get it to start burning here. And I think it's a good time to get the chicken on there. Here comes the star of the show here. Like I said, it's a butterfly. We're have her open up right here. Leave it on there. Butterfly. Get it open so you get more surface area there. That's been cooking for about a good 5 minutes. Now we go ahead and flip it. Flip the bird. Get those wings in here. We'll give it another flips. Nice. We'll close the lid and come check on it again in about another 8 minutes. Here we are, 8 minutes later. We're gonna flip it again. Get it face down again, or breast down again, right in the center. Remember, we're looking for an internal temperature on the chicken of between 160 and 165 is good. I always like playing it safe with chicken and pork, so 160 to 165 with a quick read thermometer in the thickest part of the chicken or the breast or the thigh. I'd check both just to be safe. Yep. So now we've flipped it over. Let's check the internal temperature here. It should be, like we said earlier, 160 minimum. I like it 165. Let's see where we get. Let's focus on the thermometer here. It's about 155 and climbing. Let's check other spots. Let's check the breast. Oh yeah, the breast is in 160, no problem. Let's check this other thigh. Looks like this thigh got hotter because this one is 160. I'd say it's ready to go. Like I said, we're ready to go now. We're going to go ahead and put it here in this baking dish that we have, casserole dish, just to take it inside and plate her up, and let's get going. Now we brought it in from the grill. We're getting ready to cut into it. So the chicken's ready. We're getting ready to cut it up and serve it up.